Hey everybody, I'm sick of doing the same thing over again, talking about gay rights and shit like that. So I got somebody else to come in here and talk about gay rights and all that kind of bullshit. Me, I'm talking about my own topics. I've been reading the news and stuff, and the big three, as they call it, the motor companies, of course, Ford, GM, and Chrysler, they're having some financial difficulties in this worsening economy, and they are trying to get this bill passed where they give them money to keep operating, because you know domestic jobs and stuff is on the line, and you know we don't want to give our jobs, our car makers, to the Japanese like Toyota and stuff, because you know Toyota's the #1 selling brand in the world. We don't want to give them, you know, jobs and stuff that the Americans can do themselves. So we're gonna try to give money back to the domestic automakers like GM, Chrysler, and Ford, because we're American and we gotta support ourselves. One, let me say that's a crock of bullshit, and mostly because of the fact that Toyota has jobs in America. Did y'all realize that a lot of their cars are made in America by Americans? Didn't think about that when I'm did we? So we could support the American automakers, the ones who, like GM has 1,000,001 brands underneath them, and they can't make a buck. Maybe it's because your products suck. Chrysler, the worst cars in the world. Chryslers and Dodges are the worst cars in the world, and they're complaining. They need money. But you know what? If this was all about supporting America, then what we need to do is we need to give this money to the people so they can go out and buy the cars. Doesn't that make a whole lot more sense? Because y'all giving the money to these companies that they're going to use for pensions and stuff when their companies go out of business. So even if we give them this money, doesn't mean that they're going to stay in business. All it means is that we were giving them a lifeline. Say, here, continue to live on your dream and all that other kind of stuff. When all we're doing is keeping them afloat for a couple of more years until they go bankrupt. Then guess who's coming into the American market to take over? Volkswagen, bitches. Okay, now we're going to switch gears a little bit, and I'm going to have my guest come in here, which happens to be the King Prince's son. He's the heir to my throne when I die. He's come in and he's going to talk about what I've always talked about, gay rights and stuff. And he's going to talk from his point of view and what he's experiencing, that kind of thing. So we're going to switch it on over.
The other day I was at HCAS practice on Saturdays, which is pretty much the school's trivia bowl team. In the process, one of my junior varsity teammates, who will remain anonymous, I mentioned something that I heard on Out News Radio. It said something about this guy said a lot of exit polling showed that black people were in support of the ban on gay marriage in Proposition 8 in California. You know how you meet somebody intelligent and they're so intelligent that you're into their intelligence, and they just start dropping F-bombs and S-bombs and A-bombs? I brought this up to my HCAS teammate, and she just started dropping fuck bombs. She's like, you can't fucking compare the fucking black rights struggle against the fucking gay struggle. Being gay is a choice. You weren't black by choice. Yeah. She was going off like a bulldog, and she said, gay people never had dogs and fire hoses sicked on them. That's when I kind of raised my hand, was like, Stonewall? She was like, enlighten me on what Stonewall is. For those of you who don't know, Stonewall riots is during a time back in New York when a bunch of drag queens and gay and lesbians were tired of being discriminated upon against the police and the police force in New York City, so they rioted, flipped over cars, and fought back against the police. But anyway, the argument continued, and she said you can't compare black rights and gay rights. You shouldn't be comparing struggles to begin with. That's like black people saying slavery is worse than the Holocaust, or Holocaust is worse than slavery. Look, when you're discriminated upon, nobody should be comparing wounds. That's how wounds get opened up in the first place, and that's how racial tension spreads. Also, because of Proposition 8, other people have been protesting in other cities. Tell me why in late-ass Baltimore, I find out that the protest happened Saturday and I didn't hear word to first about it. I mean, if you want this gay rights movement to work, you gotta network, people. On this note, I'm going to be signing out. Dirty clothes.
And did y'all know that Wanda Sykes came out this weekend? That bitch is gay. Girl, she's gay. and so is your King Prince. Thank you for listening, watching,
And your Prince.
You just ruining my outro. Until next time, right? Maybe I might talk about some gay things. Maybe you'll hear some more gay talk from me sometime this week. I don't know, depending on how I feel. But if I don't get sick again or whatever, then we'll hear some more. Until then, God bless America and black out.